In this video, I'll show you how to make a connection that's very stubborn. Like you can't make a final connection for some reason. There's a specific reason for that. Typically it's ground. What I'll do is change to a color view, maybe all this kind of view. We could take a look at what is the issue here with the ground not connecting. We've connected a ground here to here. You know, what's the issue? What's the problem? Ground is here. Okay. If we were to highlight a connect line or net, let's exit this design workflow option. Okay. Let's exit the design workflow option. And I were to say filter by turning all these off and only wanting to highlight nets that I hover over. Okay. Let's take a look here. This net ground has 3 connections over on this side. It has supposedly this ground shape or copper connecting over here. And then you have some more ground on the coming extending off the left of this pad. What else? What else? Let's see. This ground is, I would say this is all like down here to here and all that stuff. These are all connected. So that's good. But this net is disconnected from this ground over here. Right? So a simple or straightforward fix would be to add connect. And let's see if we can just connect straight to this ground net somehow. Well, let's right click it, hit oops and hit done. Am I on the top layer? That's the question. Let's go to display. Let's set our options window to make sure we are. Oh, it looks like we're on the bottom layer. Let's go to etch top. Okay. The net ground is set to green. It's fine. Looks like I'm on the bottom. Let's go to the top. And we want to connect to the top. Okay. Oh, we have a problem. Okay. So let me go to the bottom. That means I'm on the bottom side of the PCB. All right. I'm on the bottom side of the PCB. And a connection has been made. Now, what's going on here? Is this a component? Oh, this is a through hole component. Let's take a look. If I go into 3D mode, in my 3D rendering mode, looks like we're dealing with a through hole device. If only it had its 3D step model, but that's fine. I think this is a through hole pad. Notice it now stopped complaining about the missing connection. There's another problem here though. I set to only highlight the nets, right? So we made this connection. If earlier it was separated, and then we have all this going on here. This makes sense. These are connected. So is this. It's interesting. This doesn't show up as connected. Let's change this from, let's turn this all off from net to client. That's short for connect line. So looking at and following the ground. Yeah, it seems to just not like, doesn't like it for some reason. Ground, we have a circular connection of sorts. Yep. I mean, it's connected. So let's update our DRC. Update to smooth. Unassigned shapes. We have a shape that's unassigned. It's not good. An unassigned shape. In any case, I'm not sure why this Ratsnest is not. Switch one to. Feel like that should connect. So something's amiss here. Let's attempt a connection. Top, bottom. What does it not like about this? Let's right click and oops. Aha. So here was the problem. This ground net, even though it's green, what you want to do, let me show you. This is the problem with setting, sometimes with setting nets to colors instead of setting your layers to the colors that you want. The net coloring does come in handy, but it's easy to forget. Just because it's green doesn't necessarily mean it's on the top layer. I had to make a via to go from the top layer to the bottom layer to where this ground is. Now, if I go to my display, well, nets, and I have my custom colors, right? I could clear all nets and apply. Now, what's my bottom layer color looking like? See, bottom layer on the ground. I'd have immediately seen that and then made the via connection to the bottom ground. Had the colors been based on layer, not just on net. So that's just something to be mindful of. When you don't have to adhere to that when you're doing your design if coloring by net makes life easier. But you want to, once you're done with your design, for the most part, you want to set your colors back to layers, not nets. And that goes for any PCB design software.